I think we're live.
I think we are.
I think we are. So there's nobody in here yet. So we can just hang out. Oh,
I wanted.
one person. Hi.
How do you see like their chat?
It'll pop up. I don't know where it should pop up at the bottom. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
a thing that says comments, banners, and brand. So welcome to our first live, everybody. We're going to we were hoping that we
It's
could play.
Hayes.
Oh, hey. And then we've got somebody else popped in.
Yay.
Hey, Hayes. So this is our first live for Lights at Midnight. Whoop, 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 whoop. So we're I guess I'll just go ahead and preface what we're going to be talking about today. So yes, this is a live Q&A for spiritual guidance and paranormal. We're going to be answering some questions. We are prepared to channel a little bit today. Okay, we might not get super deep into things, but between me and Emily, I'm sure we can figure something out if you've got like a channeling question. We have, let's see, a few things to go over. So we're going to actually, before we start doing any of that, guys, we're going to talk about the origins of Lights at Midnight. So how did me and Emily get started doing this, and a little bit of a backstory about ourselves. We're not going to dive super deep into it, but we realize there is a lot of new subscribers and you really don't know much about us unless you've checked out the channel. So we've got that. We're going to talk about our mission, like why are we doing this? We're going to talk about some of our experiences. And one of the main things that I wanted to talk about, and me and Emily both agreed upon, was that we wanted to tell you guys kind of how we come to the determination of what it is that we see. So I know it sounds crazy and wild when we say, oh yeah, how do we know it's a thought form? Well, we're going to kind of dive into that just briefly. And then we're going to talk about some things that we look forward to for Lights at Midnight. And then we're going to do some updates, and then we're going to get into the Q&A. So hopefully about 30 minutes or so. Hello, Zalia. Is that how you say it? Zalia? Sorry, I'm horrible with names. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. Hi. And I think we should drop, let's see. I don't know if we need to drop any things because we don't have anything set up for Lights at Midnight to for donations or anything, because right now we are like so close to being first level monetized, y'all. Probably 150 to 200 hours away max, and we're going to be first level monetized. So we're super excited about that. But one thing me and Emily have talked about is doing going places. Like we are trying to get this. Hey, Lisa, welcome back on my other channel, mine and Emily's channel. But yeah, we're talking about doing some traveling. So, what's your bucket list travel destination, Emily? Where would be the first place you wanted to go?
Honestly,
If we
and
could.
I don't even know if it's available to the public. But you know what? Fuck it. I would say Amityville, even though I told myself over and over again that I would never go.
Yeah, that would be a cool one. I don't think that's one we can go to, though. Private
Yeah.
home. Yeah. What about a place that we could go to?
Honestly, I kind of just like the you know how they have structures that have like the I forget what they are called. Like the natural, like historical places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even care if it's technically haunted or not, but I like the historical stuff.
Right. And there's tons of historical sites and stuff you can go do. So my bucket list locations, specifically either for myself or Lights at Midnight, would be like Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. I want to go to Waverly. I want to go to, I've met Annabelle before, which we have a podcast, like just audio episode available on this channel that you can listen to. The time I met Annabelle, it was wild. A lot of crazy stuff happened. I didn't even tell all the details there. I want to go to the Crescent Hotel, kind of. I used to want to go really bad, but I'm not sure now. There's another one up north. Oh, the Conjuring House, of course. I want to go there. But locally, I want to go to the Brookstown Inn in Winston-Salem, and I want to go to the Trivet Clinic Center in Hamptonville, North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I would be cool with like going to I want to go to the Appalachian Mountains, even though you like live there.
Yeah. If you ever come down this way, we can definitely at least ride up to Stokes County, because Stokes County has its own mountain range, and it's super duper haunted. So we've talked about that before too, about the place I used to live. It's really, really, really creepy. There's a lot of things that's happened there, a lot of Native American history, and I swear the place is cursed.
Oh,
to be
I think it
100%
is.
honest. Mm-hmm.
In the War Museum, if that was possible.
Yeah, and you can meet Annabelle pretty much every year now. So I went the first year to the Paracon, and I was like, oh my God, once in a lifetime opportunity. But you know what? If I didn't go that year, I wouldn't have been able to go since. So I was like 6 to 10 inches away from Annabelle, and I really didn't feel nothing in the doll, really. But the thing next to it, I felt it. But now that I know more about haunted objects, which I'll be doing a haunted object series on my channel, The Luminary Luna Beams, where I interviewed Duran from Dead Series Investigations. So he's the haunted objects guy, haunted objects collector. I got some really cool things coming. Emily, you got anything you want to share too coming up?
Probably my art lives that I'm going to start doing now that I got everything. And I'm doing my continuation of my readings, like the live stream on Thursday.
Awesome.
At some time. Time is to be determined.
Yeah, it's tough for me to nail down a time always. Yeah, I would like to go see Robert the Doll. Actually is freaky to me. Like, that's the one that is kind of like pretty, I would say that one has got a lot more energy associated with it than Annabelle. And you know what's so crazy? Hi, just me. Welcome. But Robert the Doll, I actually had a dream about the place. So when I was dealing with Duran and the haunted objects thing, right? And I'll get more into this, but I had a dream about that location that I shared on Lights at Midnight as one of my this week's experiences. And it's like, I went there and there was a doll that turned into like this dragon, and I had to slay it. I know that sounds freaking wild, but I'm dead ass. And it was so vivid too. So vivid. But yeah, Robert the Doll freaks me out. But I have some theories about haunted objects I'm excited to share. I mean, it's just theories, you know, and things that I've been shown by working with people that have hauntings with haunted objects and stuff. I've been saying this everywhere, and some of you guys that are watching, you already know, but April 13th, Hamptonville, North Carolina, I will be there at an event. I will be doing psychic readings and selling my products and my jewelry. I'm planning it out. I got a lot of work left. Super excited. But if you are anywhere near the area of Hamptonville, North Carolina, you can come out and meet me and even book a service. They're going to probably be mini readings, like 20 minutes max, probably. I don't know, though. I'm going to have to plan it out. And then I've got a lot of lives coming up for Luminary Luna Beam. So I have Lights of Midnight is my OG. That's my OG stuff, you know, and that's where my heart is, my baby. Lights at Midnight's like, you know, that's mine and Emily's baby. It is, though. We like birthed it. And it's grown up now. It's a year and a half old, you know. So, but I go live every other week generally with Rochelle the Psychic Sleuth and on Luminary Luna Beams. And now I'm going live with Down South Supernatural on the opposite weeks of that. And I'm doing lives on my own. And I'm definitely going live at that event. But I got videos coming too. But I've been doing a lot of lives lately. It's kind of fun. I like it. I like you guys.
Like, once you get into it, you get that adrenaline and you want to keep going. And then sooner or later, it's not 1 hour, but it's 4 hours.
17 hours later.
The one live I did was like over 6 hours.
Oh, yeah. That ain't happening because I know I have a bad, nasty habit of cigarettes and I already want one, but I can't smoke. So about 2 hour and a half, 2 hours tops. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. That's just me, though. I know it's bad, but it is what it is. We all have our vices, right? Emily, anything else you want to share before we kind of get into the background of Lights at Midnight before we do our Q&A?
Tomorrow I'm releasing my video on my channel instead of Thursday, since Thursday's alive, but I'll be reacting to the Foreman Brothers again since everybody seems to like it.
Yeah. Oh, and Lisa, is that a haunted place in Wilmington? Oh, and thank you guys. Our last video when we reacted to the Foreman Brothers, like she was saying, we got almost 11,500 views. The watch hours have almost got us, like, again, to the first level monetization, and we are hoping that we can just save all that money that we make on monetization and go places. We want to do investigations and psychic impressions live. for you guys. So, and see, me and Emily have only actually met in person one time, and that was a couple years ago too. So hopefully I'll get to see her sometime very soon.
Very soon, I hope.
Very
In
soon.
a
Yeah,
few
I hope
months.
so. Yeah, I hope so. We're going to try to meet up and we'll see how it goes. Are you going on your, well, we'll talk about that later. Never mind. I can't spill the beans. Almost did. All right, guys. So Emily, we've got 6 people in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Awesome, Lisa. Good to know. So Lights at Midnight origins. So Emily, how did Lights at Midnight come about?
When we met and I was like, hey, we work well together. And then we did the collab with your Hinsdale thing. And I'm like, we really work well together. You know, it would be a really cool idea if you and I made a podcast because we're entertaining AF and we've got some stories.
Right. And I was like, I thought about it and because I really wanted to do a podcast. I already had it planned out from like myself. And it's not something we ever really talked about. It was just something that popped up and she asked me and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Because podcasts, I mean, some people can do like standalone podcast. It's perfectly fine. But I think having somebody to bounce back and forth off of is a lot better for podcast, especially for us. Because I mean, the banter, we have the banter.
We do. Yeah, I can't, like, even though I had the plan of doing my own by myself, I don't feel like it'd be as entertaining.
Right. I tried to do just an astrology podcast. I just wanted to do a weekly astrology podcast, and Apple kind of me. So they did me dirty on some things, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Because honestly, YouTube's where it's at, because that's where all you guys are, and we love you. And thank you for being here. And we want to welcome again all the new faces. But yes, Lights at Midnight started. It was birthed from an idea of these 2 ladies you see in front of you right here. And obviously how any, I guess, ideas birthed. But it was really cool. We got to kind of, I would take the time to kind of channel in and plan out the episodes. And me and Emily would sit down. So sit down and kind of like piece it all together. And we didn't really have a plan. Like it was a whim and a prayer. Like we just did it and it turned out phenomenal. Because season 1, actually, a lot of you folks haven't seen. There's some people that have watched all of it or listened rather, because season 1 is not videoed. It is only audio. And you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple, just like any of our other podcasts. But we are doing different types of episodes too on the podcast. So what you see here might not be what's on the podcast release for that week. So you can always check that out when you have a chance. But yeah, we channeled in season 1 and it's basically a big teaching, 60 hours of content, 30 episodes, teaching about psychic abilities and the paranormal. What was your favorite episode release from season 1?
The frequency one, because of the reading rainbow moments I kept having.
Yeah, exactly. That was crazy. Hey, Mama Dukes, thanks for being here.
And I would also say the Christmas one too, like last with the guests.
Yeah, that was crazy. Brittany and Ethan came on episode 5, and we covered the Charlie Lawson family massacres. That's kind of close to where I live, and I went to the Madison Dry Goods store that was featured on Netflix on 28 Days Haunted, and like during that episode, Emily and Brittany got scratched or like broke out in some type of rash. We were having paranormal activity left and right. Like it is one of our most underrated episodes, but it is 3 hours long. So it's really hard. Like I enjoyed our guests and stuff, but I would have to say probably one of my favorite episodes would have to be with Duran Dead Serious Investigations on Haunted Objects, and the Christmas episode was really cool. I enjoy our psychic ability series, so it starts at episode 23 and it goes all the way through 26, and we just kind of teach a lot about that. And you know, it's really good for folks that want to learn some things, and you know, they have a little time to kill, maybe at work or whatever. So, but yeah, Lights at Midnight started from 2 psychic mediums that just so happened to meet over paranormal issues. And that's kind of where our roots started. And if you want to hear our origin stories, you can always go back to season 1, episode 1 and 2, and check it out. That's got a lot of like how we came to be. And we kind of talk about that throughout season 1 too. So our mission, Emily, what's our mission?
To spread the light, aka lights, through the dark,
We
we want to be that guiding light for people who are stuck in the dark, essentially.
Yeah, because 2/3 of the American population has experienced something paranormal, and believe in the paranormal, and over half of the population has had an unexplained encounter. We were trying to play that for y'all when it first started, but it wouldn't. I have to pay for StreamYard.
Pay $20.
Yeah, a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so that is the purpose. Like, we went through some really bad haunting experiences, and we basically just wanted to help other people with the knowledge and stuff that we got. That is in a nutshell of our mission. So one of the things me and Emily agreed to talk about tonight briefly, people see us sometimes as like odd, mystical, mysterious. They don't really realize how we do what we do. But really, what we do, being a psychic medium, is we perceive energy. Just we are able to pick up on energy signatures, and whenever that energy happened, past, present, future, it's all there. Energy never dissipates. And it's almost like a memory, and going back in time. But really, that's the only thing that separates a medium or a psychic or somebody from anybody else that doesn't really, use their energy perception for, or in a psychic way, because we all perceive energy, even if you're psychic or not, no matter what. But we wanted to talk about how we determine what we're dealing with. And I'll start off just briefly by saying that it comes from several years now of experience of dealing with clients and researching and just having personal experiences and knowing what we're dealing with. That's how we can say, oh, it's a earthbound, or it's a thought form, or it's something dark from another dimension. Paranormal is predictable and unpredictable. But Emily, I'm sure you have some things you want to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to document everything. Like, you guys know, I talk about my dream journals, my astral journals. I write everything down. And then eventually I go back, look at the patterns, see if I can like make conclusions for certain things, and just like go off of that. But then, yes, with the clients, whatever patterns I see among entities, I take note of it. And that's kind of like you saying, using our past experiences to determine like what's what. And a lot for me too is like based off of feeling, and depending on how like I receive certain bits of information, because sometimes I'll see it, I'll hear it, I'll like hear it in my head, but like know it. And yeah, I mean, I just go based off of all those senses plus patterns plus, all the research I've done, and just, yeah, pretty much that. And then sometimes if I'm unsure, I'll validate with my cards that I made.
Yeah. And the validation helps, with cards, or, going back and forth between each one of us. We've learned pretty much how to do it 100% on our own. Like, it just comes from experience. So, it's an energy signature. Everything has an energy signature. And we also have symbols. Psychic symbols are very important. So, like, depending on when we visually see, sense, know, or pick up any intuitive impressions, how we know what we're dealing with, because certain things look the same, or they act the same, or there's a certain situation at hand that causes it. There's so many different cues. And, it's so crazy because the paranormal is like, not normal, it's strange. But once you start to learn, there is a pattern. It is predictable. And the deeper that we go, it's just been wild. And welcome, Linda. It says, let's see. I've been watching Emily's chats. Really awesome.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, Linda. But yeah, it's crazy. And it just comes with experience, because a lot of people, they listen and see what we do. And I don't think they quite understand. They're like, well, how do they know? Like, what makes them know? Not saying anybody's accused us of that by any means, but just for it, I just get the vibes sometimes. It's like a feeling I got. It's like, how do they know what they're dealing with? Well, that's how we deal with it. Hey, Ryan. So yeah, it's interesting. Emily, where do we kind of already talked about it a little bit, but where do we want to take Lights at Midnight? Like, what do we want to do? Once we're done, we are almost done, and we're going to get into the Q&A.
I know we want to go to places. I feel like we want to make more video or visual content than
Mm-hmm.
podcasts because, you know, video seems to be where it's at. People seem more interested in the video. It captures everyone's attention and
Mm-hmm.
holds it. I mean, am I missing anything? I know we want to do
Yeah,
lives
that's
and
part
stuff.
of it. Yeah, that's part of it. And we just briefly like threw the idea out there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I visualize one day, depending on how far this goes, like I want to do a tour. I want to do a
Oh,
tour and go to
yeah.
places. Yeah, not only do we want to like go to places and investigate, but we would like to kind of like go places and have people come and we do like a show, right? And then we share your paranormal experiences at the show live. I don't know. I just thought that would be really cool. This is
That
big
would be
dreaming,
fun.
but if you don't dream big, then you can never
Yeah.
get there. For me, it's not so much about being popular or famous. Like, I don't desire that. If it happens, it happens. I just want to help people. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have to do, and this is my life's purpose, this is what I'm meant to do. And, I'm taking big steps myself by, obviously this is the first live. Like, a year ago, I really didn't feel comfortable going live. So I had to kind of get out of my own way to do what I do now. But me doing this and being vulnerable, I guess you could say, and stepping out of my comfort zone is how I'm helping people. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, Philip, thanks for being here. But yeah, guys, so I think we've already kind of talked about some updates and any plugs again. So this is mine and Emily's shared channel. If you're just joining in, Lights at Midnight. It's a Psychic Paranormal podcast. Whether you're just coming across our video or not, we're going to be doing a live Q&A here in just a second for spiritual questions or paranormal questions, or if you have a situation you want us to briefly look in. It's not going to be super detailed, but we're willing to definitely take the time to, check into it. But yeah, I think there was something else. Oh, this is our shared channel, but Emily is over here. Wait a minute, I had to over there. So Emily has her channel, The Fine Art Medium. Be sure, if you're not subscribed, go to her YouTube channel, check it out. And then I have my channel, The Luminary Luna Beams. The links are all in the description of our channel. It should be, or it's on our link tree, which is in the description, and you can find us there. She has a plethora of content. She's got a lot of stuff going on over there. I put more focus on Lights at Midnight, but now I'm starting to build up my content as well, especially lives. I'm doing a lot of lives here lately, more than I ever have. So basically, we got some good stuff over there too. So I guess without further ado, does anyone watching have any questions about spirituality, paranormal, or anything that you want us to look into? Because I'm prepared with some cards. I don't know if Emily grabbed. Did you grab any?
Well, I mean, my desk is still set up from my last live.
Gotcha. So if we needed to, but yeah.
I'm
Any
going to
questions?
try to not use cards just because.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got.
I know the chat is, or a video, one of them's delayed, so it takes a few moments for it to pop up.
Yeah, it takes just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like elevator music.
Or the Sims music.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we didn't come up with a backup plan. Like, we just expected people to ask questions. So I'm just saying that's all we had planned. So if y'all want to keep the live going, I mean, we can talk about something. I'm being silly. We can talk about something. I'm sure we can figure it out. But
so that drink I had made, I could not finish it. Hades knows what I'm talking about. I wanted to throw up. It's
the chia seeds.
The chia seeds are fine in the drink. It's the apple cider vinegar that makes me want to go. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know how you all do that.
I just deal with it. I just deal with the vinegar. The vinegar don't bother me that bad, but when you add all the seeds and stuff, that's kind of freaky. So we'll look into this, I guess I can say. I'll probably use cards for this, but we're only doing spiritual guidance questions and paranormal questions tonight and guidance, but I will look into this for you, Philip. My health hasn't been the best. Will it get better?
Ouch. I just got this weird ass sensation right here. Like,
yeah, She's a medical medium, so see what you
That
pick
hurt.
up there, dear. This is probably more for you.
I got pinched. Hold
Are you
on.
having something to do? I'll just go ahead and say this. Something to do maybe with your chest, like your heart or your blood pressure. Are you having something going on with maybe even getting lightheaded, Philip?
I'm getting the headache.
And all you have to do is just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a yes or a no. You don't have to give us any explanations, not too much. Just let us know if we're on the right track, because once we get the validation, we can keep going.
Yes, all the time. To which
Okay.
one though? The headache or everything?
I think all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like headaches, dizzy, lightheaded spells, problems with your chest, and like maybe even your heart, high blood pressure. That's the first thing that came to me.
Oh, you said all. Okay. I
Yeah.
just got a weird sensation in my mouth, like my gums and my teeth.
Mm.
I don't know what to equate it to because I've never had this.
Potentially heart issues. Sometimes when my heart like starts to flutter, the tip of my tongue will go numb. It'll get like, or if I start having anxiety, it'll be like.
Well, it's like
So
my gums and my teeth hurt.
yeah, it can also stem to that kind of stuff too. Spirit's telling me your cholesterol levels, and one way to lower, it's kind of interesting that Emily just brought
I
up
was talking about the drink.
the vinegar shot. So let me just give you a recommendation for high blood
40 years
pressure
of tobacco. That explains the teeth.
oh yeah, well that'll do it too. I'm on year like 10 at this point. I'm not proud of it. It's tough. It's tough. But one thing that can help like with your bodily function in general for the folks that are watching is this drink that we were talking about. You don't need the seeds. I don't do the seeds. I ain't even tried that, but it sounds interesting. I might try it. But it's apple cider vinegar with the mother. And you mix like a half ounce to like 5 or 6 ounces of water or more, because it's going to taste like vinegar. You do a squirt of honey. You can do like a half of a fresh lemon, and you do a dash of cinnamon, and you drink that every day. And there's things you can look online and like get a recipe for it if you really want to, but that helps so much with like people that are insulin resistant. My grandmother had type 2 diabetes, and that stuff regulated her blood sugar, period. But it also will help with overall cleaning out your system, helps with blood pressure, it helps with heart health, liver health, kidneys, you name it. So let's see. It's funny you guys are saying this because I found out I had stenosis, cholesterol on my brain. Oh wow, yeah, that's what came to mind. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, look into apple cider vinegar, because I think it's good for that too. And Spirit's telling me that if you make certain changes in your life right now, there's going to be dietary changes, okay? And it's going to be that you need to get something healthy, like natural in your body. Try the vinegar. Try it. It's nasty. It tastes like shit. Honestly, just chug
Yeah.
it. Chug it like you throw back a
I
shot, okay? Or chug a beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say the recipe that I had just found. I still have it in my head somehow, even though my memory's garbage. But it's supposed to help with cleaning out your liver too. So if you have fatty liver, it's supposed to help with the cholesterol stuff. But in 11 ounces of water, you add 1 tablespoon of that vinegar stuff. You add 1 tablespoon. This is optional, but I do it. It's the chia seeds, and it has the omega-3s in it, which helps, all that stuff too. And then it's 1 half teaspoon. It's half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then, yeah, you can add whatever else you want to it, but that's the basic recipe.
Yeah, and Spirit's really pushing me to tell you that too. And it's very interesting that Emily brought that up right before this, because I would have suggested that no matter what, honestly. But there's some herbal things and vitamins. I feel like you're low. I'm hearing A and D, vitamin A and D. Can't hurt. I'm not a doctor. I mean, this is just what I'm hearing from Spirit. So there's some vitamins, because there's something going on with you, Philip, where you're super tired all the time, and it could have something to do with the heart, but it's also like you just can never get enough sleep, So there's something dietary. You may even have like an not allergic reaction to, but like a sensitivity to, that you consume that you're not aware of. So please keep that in mind, and I hope that was helpful. Emily, do you have anything else you want to add for Philip?
Well, yeah, the D and then the B12 and the B6 is hold on. I'm getting images of plants.
Yeah, I was too, like herbs and stuff.
Like
That's why.
like I'm seeing like the microgreens and what's the one that has vitamin K? Is that spinach? One of them.
Like kale or spinach
Yeah.
or like your leafy greens. That's exactly what I was picking up, honestly.
Yeah.
So definitely, 100%.
It
If
looks
you're
like
seeing the herbs.
Mama Duke's the one with the stenosis cholesterol, not Philip. But even so, it still works for both
Oh,
of them.
oh, my bad.
But
It's
it's
so, I'm on
still
my phone.
it applies to all of them,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean it covers all of those things. Um and it's interesting with the drink, the chia seeds is supposed to act as like a natural probiotic, and it's supposed to make you feel full, so you're supposed to drink it when you first get up. Um
That's
yeah,
why you're hiccuping right now.
yeah. And it actually helped my nausea. Like I woke up feeling like ass, and yeah, I had the nausea. I drank it even though it tasted really bad. And took that away almost immediately. And the pain I was having in my stomach too is starting to go away as well. It like
That's
covers
good.
it has so many functions, not just like stomach, but it does cholesterol, it does fatty liver, it does blood sugar and heart and brain. And if you're
Hormonal
having
fan time. Sorry.
That's fine. Philip, if you're having any kind of brain fog too, it could be due to the fact that you might be lacking magnesium. I have
Mm-hmm.
been on a research binge, and I learned that a lot of medications that we take kind of take the magnesium out of our bodies, so we're not getting as much as we really need. So magnesium could help. Obviously, consult a doctor before you do anything, but magnesium will be helpful for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're
I
always
agree with
tired.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
magnesium. Oh, that's Linda. So Linda's saying she's always tired.
Yeah. The honestly, like kombucha and the vinegar shot really does help. I know I swear by it though. I honestly
Mhm.
do. But I went ahead and put us up another the next question. I'm gonna try to go in order. Emily, would you like to answer that one?
Is it possible to see auras in a cemetery? I mean, all living things have an aura. I mean, beings, whether they're dead or alive, have an aura. So, I mean, if there's anything around, yeah. Um, if there's any entities, they have their own aura. Living people have their own aura. Animals have their own aura. Even like grass and trees have their own aura. So essentially, I mean, unless there's a specific like way you wanted, or a specific direction you wanted to go with that question. I'm having elbow pain. Who's having elbow pain in the chat? That's not something I have.
It might be me unless it's somebody else because I have like psoriasis on this elbow. Look, I'm showing
Is it
y'all all
your
my
right?
secret.
Is it your
My
that's your
left, but
left.
y'all see, like it's messed up. This elbow is not like that. It's this elbow. I have psoriasis on this one.
It hurts. It's like joint pain.
Yeah, it makes my joints swell.
Mm.
Yeah, and while she is typing, I will take Linda's question. So, how do you open your third eye better? With practice, honestly. But here's something I want to say really fast. Opening your third eye. Everybody thinks that opening their third eye is associated with clairvoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case. And this is something that I'm going to talk more about in my classes and stuff that I have coming up. Opening your third eye just doesn't mean that you're visually going to meditate and see a bunch of stuff, because we all perceive energy in a different way. Okay. And generally, it's based on like you can go into your astrology chart and figure out, like, based on several factors, how you perceive energy the best. So some of us are like Emily, which she's clairsentient. But she's a lot of air sign too, just like me. I've got a lot of water in my chart, and those things mean stuff, along with other transits and stuff. It's not all just about the elements. It does help. It gives you a general idea, but there's so much more about how you perceive energy and stuff. And, so you might be experiencing your awakening or your psychic perception through your body, like Emily. So your third eye may be open, but are you getting like thoughts? I feel like, Linda, you might just know stuff. There's something coming in for Linda for me. That's where like, things about people. Linda, you can look at somebody and be like, I know they're no good. Without trying to be like rude or drama, like I know they're no good. You can kind of tell things. Also, think you're highly empathic and you're going to pick up on people's like sensations and pain, or even like Emily, like clairsentient and empathic. So the ways to do that is just, practice meditation, automatic writing, make sure you're grounding yourself. It's really important. Meditation's super important. It doesn't have to be long. Ground yourself every day. There's tons of techniques, and we do talk about that on our episodes and stuff about how to ground yourself. And let's see, what's the episode? It's around 16 or 17 in season 1. We talk about, what is it? Energy mindfulness. Is it meditation? Something like that. I can look.
Yeah, I don't remember. I thought that one was a little later, but I am probably wrong.
Yeah, I'll look really fast and tell you guys what episodes you can reference. Again, it's, all for free on Spotify. You can listen to it here on YouTube as well. But let me look that up and let's see. Let's see if Lisa commented.
She just said, that's good, thank you. I was just wondering because I see auras when I visit the cemetery. I also feel energy when I'm visiting. Okay, yeah, she said it twice.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to mute my mic. My baby's at the door.
Mm-hmm. So, I also wanted to add too, like, people think, opening their third eye and going through an awakening, like she said, is like you're having these psychic things, but everyone goes through their spiritual awakening and their third eye differently. And again, it's based off of the abilities or energy perceptions that they have naturally. Sometimes it's just like the awakening part is the transition from one mindset to another, and how like I don't know, it's like the ideas that you had, it's like you learn something or you just have this epiphany and your whole world's kind of like flipped upside down, and everything you thought you knew you don't know, and now you're like, oh shit, this is actually the truth and it's not what we were taught. And yeah, it could be chaos. You're still on mute. Oh, okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading while you were talking.
Oh.
Yeah, and you're still speaking to Lisa, right? Sorry, I had to talk to my baby.
Yeah, I mean, I was just making a general statement as well.
Okay. I didn't know if you moved on or whatever, because I totally just blocked everything out to see. She wanted to come show me a comforter she found that looked like moon and stars, and she was like, oh my God, and she wanted me to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but I'm live, honey. I'm live. She's like, it's okay. I understand. And she left. She's my last little.
I was going to say, sounds like, yeah.
The little baby. Not baby, but she's older and trying to fracking. Oh, I found it. Hold on. I'm still looking for that episode to give to, I believe, Linda. Yeah, Linda. Which one is it? Right in it.
My nose is so itchy, though.
Yeah. So it's called An Introduction to Meditation and Manifestation with a Side of Creepy Astral Encounters in season 1. And I think it's like, it's got to be around like 16 to 20. There's so many. I'm sorry. I try to remember, but Apple doesn't have it. The number beside of it. So, but it was released on 5/15/23. Yeah, and you're welcome, Philip. I just saw your message. But that would be a good one to check out. We cover all aspects for sure in that. Again, season 1 is packed full of information. And I wanted to see this. That's crazy. It says I had open heart surgery in 2016 and they put the wrong pacemaker in me. So I have a Oh, I can't pronounce that. For
A fi-
liberation.
yeah, a fibrillation.
Okay, yeah. So like AFibs. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely try the vinegar because it helped me with my heart palpitations because I was kind of having AFibs, but it was from Celsius, aka crack water.
I
So
love
I
that
still have,
shit.
I love it too, but it started to kill me. I was like getting choked up. And I'm not making fun of anybody here. I'm making fun of
Mhm.
myself. It was literally, it gave me tachycardia. So y'all be careful out there with your energy drinks. I'm just saying.
Mhm. Well, yeah, you were
That's
drinking
awesome, Mama Dukes.
you were drinking a full one. I only drank half a packet. So
Mm-hmm. I was
that's the
drinking a full
difference.
one and sometimes a half a one.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, it is cute, Linda. She's a mess. Let's see. Do we have any other one?
It says Mama Duke says I grow lots of herbs and I have lots of house plants. I love you guys.
We love you too. Thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all's support so much because it really does help and it keeps us going,
Mm-hmm.
keeps us striving. Because this stuff's not easy. Look, I ain't complaining. I'm blessed, right? I don't have everything I want, but I have everything I need. And this gives me more of a purpose. Me and Emily both are basically partially disabled. She has her own stuff going on, and I have my own stuff going on, and the way things have kind of worked out for us.
Mm-hmm.
We could have either laid down and, took it a certain way, but both of us try to work through our different, she just has different stuff than me going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do physical things in spurts. Sometimes I have to lay flat, and this gives me something that I can do from home, and I can homeschool my kids, and it's a blessing to be able to help people. Like it really is. And I know for a fact it's part of my life purpose. I feel like I found myself and y'all give me the opportunity to express that. So
Mm-hmm. What she said. I forgot I have to go the opposite way.
yeah, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm. So this person says, "Hi, I care for my 91-year-old dad, but I haven't cared for myself. I feel broken. Thank you."
I'm sorry to hear that. It's tough,
Yeah.
and you're going to come out of that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just me. You're going to come out of that because things are forever changing. And it's a selfless act to be able to take care of another family member and to give more of yourself to somebody else than you do to yourself. And, I believe that putting in the good karma tokens will bring you back, bring something back to you. But do take time for self care because people when we have to care for other people, especially like moms and, taking care of the elderly, like elderly family members and stuff, it just gets so tiring and so down because I feel the vibration actually coming off, of you. And you have so much potential is what Spirit's saying. You have so much potential to do things. And it's like, I'm almost getting the feeling that you just want to go out and like do stuff, but you get held back and you can't even just go into the store, to get away for a little bit, but it is going to change for you. And that time is going to change. And right now we're on the precipice of change as well. I'm getting a freaking itch in my eye. That's not psychic, y'all. Just my eyeball. But I feel like this is going to change for you, different perspectives. We got the solar eclipse coming up in 2 weeks, which means large change. But eventually, I shouldn't probably say it. I'm picking up information, and I don't know if I should say everything I'm getting about your father. But just me, I feel like there's something going on with his memory. So it makes it even more difficult, if you get what I mean. And I'll leave that there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I feel it in this part of my head.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's see. Can you talk a little bit about spirit guides? That's a broad topic. Is there anything specific you want to know about spirit guides? Many people have spirit guides. Many people have more than one spirit guide. I got a team. Chastity's got a team.
Yep. And Emily knows more of her spirit guides than I do. I don't really even know my spirit guide's name, and I don't have to. It's not important to me because everybody gets caught up on, I need to know who my spirit guide is. No, you don't. But if you do, that's cool.
So my spirit guides were telling me that it's not that important to know their names because, if you have spirit guides that were human and were alive at one point. It's like when they, pass away and they ascend, it kind of comes back together. And so it's like a combination of all of their other lives at the same time. So it's like they have more of a bond with you when you name them yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I can tell the difference between what God's coming in and what God does what. I've realized I have
Mm-hmm.
like a herbal, like medicine woman God, which I think is one of a Native American, potentially
Yes.
like a great grandmother. Emily has seen her, and she helps me with my metaphysical work, my candle work, and herbs and all that kind of stuff. Where I make my moon waters and my roller balls. My candle work has actually been very proven to be very strong, and she's the one that helps me with that because yes, I have researched all that kind of stuff, but she helps me build my recipes. So I just trust what I hear from her. And then I have like my really intellectual spirit guide that's almost like that deals with the Akashic records. So I'm able to like go in places in time and remote view. I think they help me with that. And then I have Rocky, which I have seen him, and it freaked me out. Rocky is actually like a earth element. Okay. And he's like rocks. Like what is it? What can you compare it to, Emily, on the anime stuff you watch there?
Oh, Gravelier from Pokemon?
Kind of something like that, but he looks scary and he's got like lava in his mouth, but he's like the enforcer when stuff starts to happen. Like, I don't know how long he's been with me, but I've always had this thing about me. Like when things happen, I don't know, I'm able to deter people from confrontation or handle it basically. But he's like the one that comes along when there's confrontation in the spirit and he'll like Hulk slam things. It's
Mm-hmm.
really weird. And it was really hard for me to accept that. But spirit guides can come in many forms. They can be sometimes your past relatives, but a lot of times we have at least one spirit guide that stays with us our whole life. Our spirit guides shift and change. Um, Again, it's not so much emphasis on who they are or what they are. If you end up getting that information or, you want to try, that's fine. Go for it. It's more important to some people than it is to some people. And eventually the more you spend time with like speaking with your guides, and it's just thoughts for me. So how does speaking with your spirit guides come across, Emily?
Well, so a lot of times it depends. If I am doing a meditation, to me it's like I'm like in a movie and I'm having a conversation and I can see everything that's going on. And yeah, I just talk to them like I'm talking to you, and it's I'm in a place. The place is different. It depends. But then if I'm not meditating, it'll come in through like thoughts
Mm-hmm.
or feelings or like, I don't know, like epiphanies, or like sometimes I'll hear it audibly. Depends.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for me, it comes in. I had to learn. So another principle I've come up with is learning the difference between your own thoughts, your intrusive thoughts, and your divine whispers. Divine whispers are from your spirit guides or anything in the higher realms. Your own thoughts are your own thoughts, and then you have intrusive thoughts. And intrusive thoughts are those that are like either our own negative thought patterns or something from the lower realms coming in, because there's a way to tell the difference. And briefly, because I've talked about this before in other episodes as well, basically, intrusive thoughts, if you're having a grand old day, 80% of the time, and there's nothing happening, you're in a fantastic mood, and you have something come along and like, or a thought come along, and it's like you're worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you'll mess that up too, like you did last time. When you're doing something positive and fun, those are intrusive thoughts. Can they come from our own psyche and our own subconscious? 100%. But if you're having paranormal activity on top of that, then it's more than likely something dealing, could be an attachment, could be a haunting, could be all kinds of stuff. Okay. And then divine whispers are those from your spirit guides. And I've learned how to cut my abilities on and off, but my connection with my spirit guides never cease. I've learned how to tell the difference based on the way the thoughts happen, thought patterns in my head on what is spirit and what is not spirit. They
Mm-hmm.
come in most of the time like my own thoughts. Sometimes I hear them clairaudiently, like a sound in my head. It's not like, or whatever, but it can sometimes, paranormal activity normally happens somewhere in the room, right? And you're going to hear it. But sometimes these things can speak to you too. I've talked to really dark shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's some really dark stuff that's talked to me and I could hear it really loud. And that's how like normally really, really dark stuff will talk to you. and it's a totally different voice and everything. And they know that that's about one of the only ways they can get to me. They don't really have a chance in my house very much unless somebody brings something in and I have to kick it out. The only way they're able to talk to me is telepathically, unless I go to them. So that's about the only way.
Yeah, I mean, when I was having my really bad haunting and really bad attachment, I would have that, but I know my own thought pattern because of all the meditation I've done. So I know how I am. And so when I hear things that are uncharacteristic of me and how I am, I just know it's not me. And I just be like, bye. Or if it doesn't stop, I'll ask for like Archangel Michael and all that stuff. And usually it'll go away. But I don't have like my own intrusive thoughts, like negative stuff. Sometimes it'll be like, what happens if I press this button? Or what happens if I just cut my hair one day?
Yeah.
Those
She's
are
got
my
ADD intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. But I don't have like the negative unless it's paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say for myself anyway.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about spirit guides. And as far as spirit guides, I'll give you a reference to season 1 for an episode that you can check out if you like. Again, here on YouTube or Apple or Spotify. Let's see. So spirit guides are so we have a season, like it's an exploration into the diversity of spiritual realms. It is episode 9 through I think 13, and you've got frequency, duality, and dimensions. You got the diabolical, the abominable, but then you have the ascended and the celestial. So in that series, the ascended is where we talk about spirit guides. Okay, but if y'all want to learn about and it's pretty detailed. These are long episodes. I'm just going to be honest with you. But if you want to learn more about spirit guides, that's a really great place to get some more information. And I see that June, if you're still here, honey, I'll go ahead and let you know too while I'm on that. I'm giving out references to season 1 just, to be helpful. And it will also, there's just tons of information there. I'm definitely going to answer your question, though. I'm prefacing that. So 4/3/23, we dropped Spiritual Awakening. It's not a journey, but a destination. So that's on season 1 too. But how do you know if you've experienced a spiritual awakening? MLA, you want to?
Well, it depends because some people can have multiple in their life, and then some people can have that really big one and be like, oh shit. And I feel like for me, I had little subtle ones, and then I had that oh shit moment when I had the haunting. And I think the haunting kind of combined with my spiritual awakening because it made me realize, like, oh shit, this stuff is real as I'm being dragged off my bed by my foot.
Look, it's not funny. It's not funny, but we're desensitized a little bit. Now it's funny. It wasn't funny then.
Exactly. I was terrified in the moment, but right now it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it is real.
Exactly. And then that's when my world got flipped upside down, and I started doing my own research because I wanted to know how is that even possible. Because I came back from a science background. I started as a bio major, but then, I flipped it to the more psychology and sociology. So I had that original, science mentality, and, having something happen to you that you cannot explain because you're awake and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then being traumatized. But for me, when I'm traumatized by something, it's because I don't understand something. And so for me, then that means research mode. And then I try to explain it. And that was kind of like my entire, it was a snowball that just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that was my spiritual awakening.
Yeah. And, spiritual awakenings often happen if you're going through a dark night of the soul. We all have one major one, but we still have many times in our many and many. So MANY and MINI. Okay. Both with those words. Many times in our life that we will go through these leveling up processes. So we'll have times of sadness and then times of spiritual, awakenings. We have that one big one, and then it just keeps coming. It doesn't stop. Now, do you have breaks? Yes, you get breaks. It's not like, a revolving door, but you have these times where you go through some significant life changes. This can happen during your Saturn return. This can happen during your Chiron return, which I need to do that on my channel. I got to cover Chiron return. But these are things in astrology that kind of mark some of these things. A lot of people really don't start going through their spiritual awakening until 26 to 32. But I mean, some people have it even before that. Okay. So that does happen. But yeah, you'll go through the dark night of the soul, and then you notice that you start having all this stuff. You feel like you're crazy. You have all these spiritual downloads or these spiritual experiences. In my case, in Emily's case, it was haunting stuff, right? But some people don't have that. They have a very positive experience, but now we understand why we had the haunting stuff, because the haunting stuff taught us how to help you guys. And educate people, because we want to educate people enough so they can start to kind of deal with certain things on their own. Because honestly, if you learn more about the paranormal and how it works, you can cut out a lot of it without anybody's help. It's all about your lifestyle. Most of the time it's about lifestyle changes, stress, depression. There's a lot of stuff that brings in low vibes. Like attracts like, and that works for the universal laws too. If you're in a low vibration, you attract that kind of stuff. But yeah, spiritual awakenings happen that way. You feel crazy, and then you just start having these, profound, like, so like, for example, when the big C happened, the big old P and the C back, in 2020, I already had pretty good discernment, but your discernment might pick up. Like, I could see through the whole C and P thing, and they wanted me, CUP, sorry. But they,
Yeah.
that thing, I was like, oh no, 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 no. And that's when spirit really stood out that they were speaking to me. And I didn't realize they were speaking to me our whole life. And we all have that. We all have a connection with our guides. It's just going to come in different ways. So
I wanted to add too, like, I feel like the frequency and duality episode, I had a mini awakening or level up. And I feel like, guys, this isn't just promotion, but I feel like it's going to click to some of y'all if you listen to it, because it makes sense of how this stuff is even possible.
Right. And that was all channeled in on some wild thing I went down. I went down a rabbit hole.
Oh,
honestly.
You both did.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole for my part of that episode. And like, when I run it by Emily was like,
reading rainbows in a book.
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. It was crazy. But yeah, that was crazy. It was, because I channeled in all this stuff. I run it by Emily, and then Emily's mind just started like, and then she started going on some stuff. It was wild.
We are peeling back the fabrics of time.
And I want to just preface this. Quantum energy, okay? That is has to be how all this happens, okay? It's quantum energy. And guys, if you're interested, check it out. Some of the audio and some of our episodes is a little wonky, and we're hoping to fix that soon, like, and get it a little more leveled out, because again, we didn't have any experience doing this, so I will preface that. But that episode's really, really good. This may be a better question for you, Emily, if you're ready to take it, because I don't really deal with past lives much.
Yeah, I can do it. I just wanted to say that Just Me validated the dementia thing.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you tap into past lives? That I just sit in a meditation for a few hours, so I'm trying to get better and do it faster. But I will just sit there and I'll just set the intention of connecting with somebody's past lives. And then sometimes, again, it'll come in like I'm experiencing it through their eyes, or I'm seeing it like third person, but it's kind of like a movie again. And I try to, like, as I'm doing it, I'll try to write as many notes as I can. Sometimes I'll get one past life. Sometimes I'll get 10. It all depends on how strong the energy is. Now, I know if I was having issues trying to connect, I typically just pick up something very old, and that's usually a rock or a crystal, because it knows. It's been connected to the earth. So it just knows everything that's gone on. It's kind of like how trees and mushrooms and all that can connect, and some of them are like portals too because they're plants. But anyway, it's like I just hold on to something that's old enough to have possibly experienced it, and then just do my meditation. But I'm weird and I'm different, and it could be different for other people.
I think I had to change my light. Sorry, it's starting to mess with my eyes. But yeah, it's different. Like I've had past life dreams, like and I put that comment up there for you too. She kind of gave a little explanation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can experience your past lives through dreams, past lives, or astral experiences. Sometimes like just disassociating and daydreaming, or sometimes like you have those stories of children, they're like 3 years old and they just know a bunch of information from World War II, and it's like, how do you know this? You can't even read. Like, that's weird. And it's sometimes it'll come like that. It all depends.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is real. It is real. I think a lot of things are real. And just the thought of them can make them real. And that's like thought forming stuff too, you know, but there's so many different realities and layers, and, you know, there's more out there than we'll ever understand that's real. It's crazy. It's a wide open. But the cool thing, when the first part of this live, we were talking about how do we know what we're dealing with? Sometimes, most of the time, we can narrow it down. And I mean, honestly, it does help to know what you're dealing with because that helps you get rid of it. But generally, most things go bye-bye in the same way too. Most of the time. If the person doesn't have some type of emotional linkage or attachment that they're not willing to stop or let go of. And it takes time, you know. Let's see. I imagine it like shaking a colander of rice. It falls here and there, and you never know when it will land. Yeah, little sprinkles and then boom. That's true. Yeah. That is true. Guys, there's 18 people here viewing us. Oh, I am fine. Everything's fine. That's our favorite word. Fine. Welcome. That's my
phrase.
Yeah, I know. That's what me and Emily go back and forth and say all the time. It's fine.
It looks like Melissa, fine. But I could be wrong. I can't tell. I'm just going by. I'm going by her picture.
Oh, we are. Yeah, so we're going to take a couple more questions. We were going to stay on about an hour or hour and a half. So we've reached our 1 hour mark. So guys, if you have any more questions, we'll take a couple more before we jet on. Butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book.
Yes.
Yes. Well, this is our first live for Lights at Midnight together. Yeah.
Together, like shamalama, ding-a-ding-a-dong.
I can't remember the words to that MF song. I don't know.
I hated that movie. The only reason I know is because they made us sing it in music class.
It's fine.
It's fine. Just
Are
me.
You?
Yeah.
This might be a good one for you too, Emily.
Ching-a-ching shabab. Okay, hold on. I have to sift through all the pains in my body. I'm feeling anxiety, and I'm also feeling something in my throat. That's a weird feeling. I'm trying to figure out what it feels like.
Now you're saying that, and I can't swallow. Thyroid? I mean, I'm not going off intuition. I'm going off just guessing at this point. I haven't tapped in yet.
It's a weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. But it is definitely in my throat, like right here.
Feels like now on both sides when you're talking about it. Look, my voice, look.
And I had neck surgery. Booyah!
Yeah, and it was right here.
But validation. Yeah, she had neck surgery. Okay.
So for the anxiety attacks, definitely try to ground yourself. I'm getting a headache too on the right side of my head.
Well, I'm getting a sensation. You can't see it right here. And I'm also getting that feeling of having to cough a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, when I did that, my voice.
Tonsillitis. That's me. Thyroid stopped and have tonsillitis? ? Oh, that's a different person. When you pick up the energy from the entire chat.
Yeah. Yeah, just me. Let me see. I can
She
pull
says
anything else.
migraines.
Yeah, I started to feel that pressure.
Yeah, starting in the back of my head.
So the question is, will you get any better?
I think there's steps she's going to have to take.
Spirit's saying, okay, I don't know, but I feel like you're not as active as you want to be.
Yeah.
So one of the things Spirit's recommending, if you're physically able to do so, is get out and go for walks, short walks, just literally getting out and breathing fresh air, because I feel like you feel stuffy. Like you need some sunshine and some fresh air. That's what the first thing Spirit's saying.
She just said, I cough up foam-like stuff.
Okay. Do you have COPD?
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's the first stage of emphysema. It's right before it's the disease before you get emphysema.
Oh.
I'm just going to pull.
I'm getting that chest pain like really bad now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good for you to try to start a minimalistic exercise routine to help you, because I think some of it comes from you like feeling like crap all the time and not being able to be as active, and it's kind of like pushing more health problems on you, if that makes sense. Okay. So that would be a suggestion I'm getting, because there's certain changes that are going to have to be made for you to at least feel better. Okay. Yeah. So that's really what I'm feeling there, but I'm trying to get the card to pop out. There we go.
Spirit's showing me like green smoothies. Yeah.
So Uranus is change, and that can be good unpredictability change, or not so good unpredictability change. There is going to be a change in your health, so let's try one more time.
Green smoothies.
Or maybe Spirit was validating.
With kale, spinach, carrot. What else is it showing me?
I will say this real quick, to fourth house, change in your home routine. So changing up your home routine is going to help you at least feel better and help your body like get moving again. Because even though I have arthritis and, I know what that feels like, I still feel like I'm stuck. Kind of like, like, oh, I'm sore and I'm stuck and I'm not moving enough. So yes, I think it can improve with changes.
Apple, carrot, kale, spinach. There's something like citrusy in there too, and I can't decipher what it is.
Orange?
That's kind of what it feels like, orange. Or it's like either orange or lemon. I can't tell. It's hard to taste it metaphysically. I feel like it might be a little orange up in there.
Yeah. Healthy. The more fruits and vegetables and vitamins you give your body, the more you can actually connect with Spirit too. The healthier you are, the better spiritual connection you have. I ate a chocolate bunny today though, but I'm all right.
I was going to say, how am I connecting?
You have to eat clean though, for the most part.
That's true. I'm pescatarian. Yeah. I don't eat that bad stuff half the time.
It's not by choice, right?
Yeah. It's probably on purpose for this lifestyle, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Linda, that you'll definitely feel that. I got to find a comfortable position. Oh, my legs are starting to bother me. Yeah, you'll definitely feel it off of there. Let's see. How do I know what spiritual gifts I was born with, and how do I know what ones is the strongest? I can help you with that. So I offer a service, an astrology service. It's called Identify Your Natural Born Intuitive Gifts with Astrology. So it's something that an astrologer or a psychic or somebody that does the type of work, even if it's not me, you can find somebody that might specialize in that kind of stuff, but I specialize in intuitive development.
Yep.
So,
She helped me find mine. She helped me get mine all straightened out. So I
yeah,
mean,
we just revisited it too, and it's helping.
yeah.
That's awesome.
10 out
I'm
of
so
10.
excited.
10 out of 10, definitely recommend. 10
Yeah,
star review out of 5. So
I appreciate that. No, I'm being silly. I'm not trying to be prideful, but a lot of people rave about it, honestly. And you can email me at the luminary, no, not the luminary Luna Beans at gmail.com, or you can find me lights at midnight. You can mail us there and I could give you my information. But I mean, you can kind of tell if you want to kind of do it without a service, you can go to the season 1 of our podcast here on YouTube or on Apple or Spotify, and it's episode 20. I said 23 through 26. That's all about psychic abilities, and it's a quite a bit. It's like a 10-hour course basically, but it's a podcast with our crazy ass banter and everything else, but it's there too. So if you're not interested in a service, you can learn about it there for free as well. There's tons of information. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. It just depends on like whether you feel things through your body, whether you're an empath where you feel others' feelings, or if you're clairsentient, where that's where in your body. If you're clairvoyant, if you see images, we talk about all that kind of stuff there. So it just depends on how you perceive energy. If you just know things, so think about that, and then you apply the clair to that, and then there's different steps and things that you can take to strengthen it. Again, everybody perceives energy, but not everybody's meant to be a full-blown psychic or medium, but we can get enough intuition in our life, to help guide us through our own personal journey, right? So we all can do that to some degree, 100%.
Who's got the ear pain in the chat? Just wondering. Do you hear the sirens in the background?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. She's having the right arm pain. That might have been what it was, in stomach pain since October. I'm sorry to hear that. That's tough, Lisa.
Yeah.
Long baths. Yeah, long baths are great.
I had one technically it's 6 a.m. this morning because I couldn't sleep.
Hey, Perry.
Perry. Hey.
Hey, sis.
Is my skin flare-up allergies or clairsentience? My entire life, my entire question of my entire life. Maybe it's both.
So it's in my opinion, it's a few things, and you already know what that is, Alexis. But I will say that part of your clairsentience is 100%. She's got more earth than you do in her chart. You pick up energy, Alexis, through your hands and your feet. Okay, so when you go places and you pick up other people's bullshit, it literally transmutes into energy. And the biggest thing about a clairsentient person is what, Emily?
Sorry, I blacked out there for a second. What did you say?
Story of my life. I said, what's the biggest thing about people that are clairsentient picking up energy? Like, what's the biggest thing they have to do to be able to get rid of it?
Transmute and ground.
Grounding, girl. Get out there in that yard. You got all that grass. Go rubbing feet through the yard. And, relaxing baths, actually. Proving audacity.
Go lay down on the grass.
Yep, 100%.
Just lay there, eat your picnics outside.
Mm-hmm.
I know you would anyway because it's a picnic. Touch a tree. Become friends with the tree. Know the tree.
My bad. Emily, she wants more of your thoughts. I tell her shit all the time.
I know. She's probably... Oh my God. I know. I'm allergic to grass too. It's interesting too? I'm kind of noticing a pattern. People that are clairsentient have more sensitivities to food and allergies and stuff like that. So it doesn't surprise me, honestly.
All right. Good observation.
Me. What's really interesting? Walking barefoot, in the grass. But it's kind of hard when you're allergic to grass. I'm allergic to grass. She's saying she's allergic to grass. So, I mean, water.
Wear sandals. Go out on the concrete and do it.
I honestly feel like the beach is probably better for her.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you need to go to the beach, put your feet in the sand, right? and then use the water, because the water and the earth kind of work together. And I honestly like the ocean better for grounding. I like it way better.
100%.
Now you have an excuse to go on a vacation.
Let's go. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, beautiful disaster and Grandma Sherry, and I think that's who else has joined us. Hug a tree. Hug a mother effing tree.
Hell
I
yeah.
have. It's fun. I've hugged a tree that is bigger than like half my house. And my house ain't like super small either. It's one of those redwood trees. That's like the best tree to hug. Oh my God. I would go live there barefoot in one of those trees if I could, honestly.
I want a tree house.
Let's see if I can handle the other light now. Not look so orange like Ronald McDonald. Oh, it's bad. My eyes are messing up on me.
Yeah, I dimmed mine. I couldn't take it.
Yes, we're going on a road trip. Let's go.
No road trip.
I know. I'm picking. I'm down. Wouldn't be the first time. Let's do it. We're going on a road trip on the 13th.
Oh, look, yeah, Linda. Linda got ear pain in the left ear. That's where I'm feeling it. So it would be Linda.
What do you think's going on? Possibly ear infection?
Well, it's connecting to my jaw too.
Sinuses.
Like, it's like my jawline up to my ear. It could be.
Yeah.
Could be nerves too. Or if you got water up in there, not cleaning your ears out enough. Even allergies can do that. Yeah, I've been trying so hard not to go this entire life.
Well, guys, we're hoping to do lives once a month at least, and like maybe like on a Monday do a live, and then have a little short video on one of the other Mondays. We're trying to really get more content out on Lights at Midnight instead of doing it just every other week. Because we talk about all kinds of stuff, so you can expect lives, conversations like this, definitely some reaction videos, maybe like one a month. We probably won't be putting our reaction videos on the podcast itself, like on Spotify and Apple, but yeah. Where are we going?
Somebody asked about the move, his move. He was like, I know we weren't doing those questions, but I know with the moon thing in Libra, that could explain that. Where is the message?
Yeah, I'm looking.
It was a male.
There.
You got it? I'm planning a big, Philip. Yeah, I was going to say it has to do with the moon and the Libra, and I was going to leave that to Chastity.
Oh, let's see. Are you moving from a smaller place into a bigger place or vice versa?
Oh, Linda, I had water and stuck inside my ear.
And while I'm waiting on Philip, I am an astrologer. So I do like the astrology stuff, all the moons and the stars. I've never really got into the numerology, but numerology and astrology can kind of be linked in a way.
Yeah.
Moving to another country. So you got a lot of activity in the 9th house. If you're moving to another country, that's foreign lands, foreign shores of the 9th house for higher spiritual learning, for work. I feel like you're moving into, okay, this is just what I'm visually seeing. I'm visually seeing you like moving into a space that's very contemporary, and it's almost apartment-like. It's specifically like a loft apartment or an apartment that's got bigger rooms, but they're not, I don't know if you know where you're moving yet or not. So I'm just gonna say what I feel. I don't know if you like picked out a place, but it's like a studio apartment almost, but with maybe sectioned rooms, but it's very open. So I feel like job opportunity maybe, or there may be some job opportunities coming along with this move, or it's either you're moving for a job opportunity. I see you making a specific friend, a male that's going to kind of help you, or somebody that you may already know that's there. But I see a friend coming in and helping you kind of learn the ways of the country, almost, if that makes any sense.
Or tiring.
You might be doing something there, though. You might be retiring, but I feel like you're going to get into some type of venture. It's almost like you're going to have some type of business opportunity while you're there. But that's fantastic, Philip. Congratulations.
Hell
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there might it's like, if you're retiring, you might sit around the house and, do your thing and go out and do stuff, but I feel like you're going to make a friend or two there. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a male coming in once you move that you're going to befriend.
Yeah.
And he's going to show you the ropes.
It's coming off like passive income, like a hobby turned into money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some type of materialistic opportunity there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm trying to read that. That is Melissa. Okay.
I knew it.
I think you are Melissa. Are you Melissa?
It looks like her.
If it's Melissa, I know you messaged us, but I haven't been home all day, and me and Emily are waiting to kind of go over what you sent us together. So we're going to get to that later tonight or first thing in the morning. I literally come home and hopped on this. I had to do an emergency trip up to my mom's house today. So unfortunately.
I've been having a sleep situation and sleeping 14 to 16 hours a day. So
for sure. But yeah, Philip, I hope that helps. I feel positive. I don't know why I feel like it's a loft apartment, or maybe even like a loft. Like it looks like a loft, but it's like 2 stories and everything's open and there's glass. It's not necessarily small, but it's not necessarily big. It's almost like, I don't know why I see that. It's like a very contemporary, modern type apartment or housing unit or something. That's what I'm seeing. And I don't know if that's like the vision I'm getting is because it has to do with the type of style of home you're going to be moving into. But I feel like I feel like you're going to love it. I feel like it might be a little different at first for you, but you're going to get along, and there are going to be some opportunities for you there that are monetary, potentially, that you're going to have a decision to make about. That's just what I personally feel. But yeah, Philip, I think it's all going to be well, and congratulations. Let's see. So astrology, are the houses fixed? September 6th house, or since it's my birth month, is that considered my first house? Always certain. Oh, no. So astrology, the type of astrology that I do is basically where they take a snapshot, or it's a snapshot of the sky on the day you were born. So if you were born on September 6th, that makes you a Virgo. So the sun is in Virgo when you were born, but then all the other planets have, a different placement. And whole house astrology is different. It's so different. It just depends. So I don't know exactly what house. I guess the sun, if it was in Virgo, it's hard to say. It just depends. But yeah, there are 12 fixed houses, but they move. So in my astrology stuff, these houses aren't whole house signs. So it's not like the first house is all of whatever sign. And the first house is ruled by Aries, right? But Aries is not always in the first house. So that's the thing, is like it moves around. And the astrology that I use, there can be 2 signs in one house. So it just all depends. Yeah.
So it is Melissa. She validated.
Yeah, Alexis. Heck yeah, Melissa. Yeah, astrology is different, and it can be the type of astrology you may be looking into does it that way. But I use the Palladius houses, the Palladius system, and I don't use whole sign houses. Sometimes I do, but I don't. Let's see, quantum physics is very interesting. Yeah, I love that, and it keeps you busy, and it's so friggin' interesting. But yeah, Emily, I think I am going to have to cut it here, unfortunately, because my legs are hurting really bad.
My back.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here. And we want to do it again. So We'll probably have something in, let's see. Hold on one second. My Libra is in the 12th house. I've been under attack by another you. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know, Emily. You have any thoughts? You're welcome, dear. It's okay.
Well,
We
I
deal with it every day.
mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, so wait, does she have her own channel? Or is it just like Grandma Sherry, do you have your own channel? Like when you say you're under attack, is it like you have a channel and they're just like making content about you, or are they just talking shit? Like, need some. Oh, she said yes. Well, from experience, people are going to think what they're going to think. Not everybody's going to agree with you. So honestly, just block their asses and move on. There's really no point in even retaliating or responding. I mean,
block them, drop them. It depends on what they're doing, though, because I mean, you can always, take different measures depending on how far they're going. Yeah. Block them and drop them because they're just trying to lower your vibration. Yeah, I'm sorry, Barb, and y'all are very welcome. Y'all are very welcome.
Yeah.
I've been lied about, but don't understand why. Yes, and proving audacity, yes. I'm sorry. Next time, dear. Yeah, because we were only going to be on for an hour and a half. I apologize. I feel like I might go live later on TikTok if I feel like it, because I've got my face did, so I either need to film a video or go live on like TikTok or something. I might do that. But my other youngins literally just pulled in the driveway.
So. Once I eat, I'll decide from there if I'll do an art live, but I don't know. I'm hungry.
Yeah. And y'all are very welcome.
Yeah.
Until next time, I think we got everybody. Thank you all for being here. I'm looking back through, and y'all have a good night.